What's up, everybody? It is Friday. And welcome to another edition of
Makeup Meets Motivation.
Yep.
So I hope everybody's having a blessed day. So today we are going to be discussing skincare, and I'm going to show you guys how I do my highlight and contour. And for the motivation, what are we talking about?
We're going to be talking about, stepping out in faith. You got to take action. Got to take action. Life, you ain't going to get no rewards unless you take risks. So remember that.
Yeah, so walk by faith, not by sight. And I'm rocking my spiritual hustle today. Yeah.
And I'm rocking my George McPherson
shirt
please.
Today. Anyways, so the first thing, like I said, we were going to discuss is skincare. So that is some things that, people were asking about. What do I use in my routine? And since I already did my eyes, then I'll show you guys how I do my foundation and my highlighting contour as well, too. So for the first thing that I use, let's go to skincare. People always want to know, what do I use? I use the African black soap just to wash my face, take off my makeup. A great makeup remover is by Mary Kay. I do love their makeup remover. One wipe, this eye is gone. But other than that, after washing my face, I do use the witch hazel. So you guys can see, I use witch hazel. I also use rose water to spray my face with, and I use a retinol cream. So, really and truly, those 4 things are my to-go-to for my skincare. You obviously have to use what works best for you, and I do drink a lot of water. Well, you guys already know that I battle lupus, so I have to intake a lot of water, but it's also good for your skin as well, too. So that was my skincare. What do I use in my skincare? And that basically was it. So for the first thing for my face is priming. I like the Smashbox Photo Finish. This is what I use all the time. If you cannot afford, guys, I'm all about affordability. And if you cannot afford a primer, to be honest with you, what works great is some Milk of Magnesia. I know it sounds crazy, but it is an awesome primer as well for your skin. Use what you have. And you don't need a whole lot. Just dabble a few and just rub it in. But right now I'm going to prime with my Smashbox because that's what I like to use.
How they come up with that name?
What?
I got to be silly sometimes. But, so guys, I was listening to something today, and it was just bringing me back to certain things. I have to ask myself questions at the same time. And if you get around
Claudia.
Older people, you have to wonder this. You have to ask the older people, what is one thing they wish they have done, or what is the one thing that they love about life, right? And most people are gonna say, well, they wish they have done something. Most of the older people, they're gonna say, man, I regret not doing this.
So basically taking action.
Correct. So don't be the one that, when you're 50, if you're 50 already, then when you're 70, most people don't make their wealth until they're in their older years. So you have to wonder, if you have an idea right now, why not jump on the idea? Don't wait till the perfect time. If you want to start a business up, go ahead, start it up. You only see where the business is going to be, and you're the only one that's going to see that. But for God to bless you, you have to keep moving. You have to say, yo, you know what? I'm going to start. You got to walk by faith, not by sight. So
there's no perfect time in starting that now.
None. So you just got to say, you know what? I'm going to start right now. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to be the one that says, you know what? I regret never changing this job. I didn't know, I wouldn't have known the opportunity or the lifestyle I could have had if I had moved to a different state or a different city or a different country. See, we always come up with some uncomfortable things. And when you put yourself in uncomfortable situations, that's the time when you grow. So for me and my wife, we always put ourselves in uncomfortable situations.
You guys think I like doing Facebook Live? Not really.
No.
But I took a leap of faith and I'm doing this.
And it's a way for her to get better. On top of it, it wasn't comfortable for us to leave Florida. Get up, pack up everything, and move to Georgia. It wasn't easy. It wasn't comfortable. But we got up and we did it.
Yeah.
And because of that, I've grown. Because of that, my wife has grown. Because of that,
and we have a baby.
So you will never know your blessing until you actually take action. Life, you ain't going to get no reward unless you take risk. And there's no meaning in life unless you take risk.
Time out. But so I'm actually going to use my what is this one called, orange corrector, and just basically cover up some blemishes that I may have before I put on my foundation. You can use any corrector. Tally, what's up, girl? So I'm just putting these on like little spots that I may have little blemishes that I want to cover up. And I don't usually cover up everything, but just the ones that, you know, stand out. So that's what I'm going to do. What's going on, guys? So today we're talking about skincare. And I just went over what I use for my skincare. And now I'm just showing how to, you know, put on the foundations, highlight, and to contour.
So while you're going through your gaps,
So,
babe, tell me one thing that made you uncomfortable. One thing that you've done that made you uncomfortable.
doing Facebook Live. Like I'm terrified of doing stuff like this. But you know what? I just said, you know, I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna do this. Also, leaving my great job. That was very uncomfortable to start something new that I had no clue about. I just knew that I had a vision and I needed to follow through with that. So now I'm going to use my beauty blender. So now that I put my corrector in the places that it needs to go, and I use Fenty Beauty. You guys know I love this. This is in the number 430. This is my color. So this is what I'm going to be using. It gives me that matte finish that I love so much. Hey Ebony, how are you guys doing? So again, when you're using your beauty blender, please make sure that you wet this. Run it under some water, then squeeze it out. Hey Lindsay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, I put my foundation on my arms, on my back of my hand. I like to do that to warm up the product. So I go ahead and I'm just gonna do my face now. I'm just gonna cover it with the foundation. You could just spread it. Marvin's, what's up?
Guys, while
Thanks for
you're
tuning
watching, because we're talking about, you know, taking chances, taking risks, go out, take a leap of faith. So if y'all want to comment on stuff and say, well, this is what I've done and this is the reward that I've gotten out of it. So post some stuff. Tell us what some of the risks that you've taken so far and the benefits of taking the rest.
You know, leaving your job, you guys know, you know, leaving your job is not an easy task. But sometimes God puts you in uncomfortable situations just to make you just take that leap of faith. Sometimes he might even let you get fired from that job so you can jump and you can step out because you might be too afraid. So he does put you in uncomfortable situations so you can grow. You agree, babe?
100%.
100%. So, you know, if you want to be that great artist that you are, look at Marvin's. I don't know about makeup, but I'm here to support. It's not only about makeup we're talking about motivation. You know, if you have anything you want to put down to inspire others, that's what it's about. Just taking a leap of faith, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, starting a new relationship, you just don't know how that's gonna go, but you might find your true love. Or, you know, like I said, we moved for the betterment. We had a beautiful house and, you know, we were living in that sunshine state, but we moved because we wanted more for ourselves. And, you know, the health situation that I was going through. What other things they can do, babe? Just follow your heart's desires.
It's not enough to just say, to you know, go out and say, yo, I believe I'm gonna get it. It's not enough. It's not enough to just sit around or post something on a computer or on your phone, or, you know, create a vision board. All those stuff are good, and I teach people that. All those stuff, the vision board you believe in. But it's one thing that you have to do no matter what. Because you could sit down on your couch, you could go to work every day and say, you know what, one day I'm going to leave this job, one day I'm going to have a better job, making more money. But until the day comes where you say, enough is enough, enough looking at the board, enough looking at my computer, enough thinking about it, let me take action, let me get out there and be uncomfortable and do it, then you'll start seeing something else. Because it's not enough just to believe. You have to take action. And part of that is, you know, for you to grow, you have to put yourself, again, in situations that will make you grow. If you keep on going around the same people, there's no growth. If you keep on watching the same stuff, there's no growth.
What's up, Marlon?
If you keep on, you know, reading the same, I mean, it's just crazy how people do stuff.
I just think that you need to, what did I used to tell you? When we moved here, we had a house, we had things going, and I said, you know what? If we move, God will move. And I truly believe that.
That's her favorite.
That's my favorite quote. If we move, God will move. And that's just how I run my household. And I basically say, okay, so you're sitting back, you wanting that business. Well, read a book. Educate yourself in the meantime. You know what I mean? What's happening. Basically, Marlon, we're just talking about stepping out in faith, trusting God, and, you know, as I do my makeup as well, too. Makeup meets motivation. But you just have to keep pushing. Just keep, because you don't know who you're going to run into, who's going to help you get to that next level in life. If you're sitting in front of your TV every day watching, you know, whatever you watch, you're not going to meet the right people. You know what I mean? You're not going to, you got to get out there. You got to touch the people. You got to do things. Get on Facebook Live. Educate people on a subject that you may know of. What else?
You could go to seminars.
Go to seminars. It's the best thing you can do. Go to meetings that are in your industry.
You're putting yourself around people that know either more than you, and some of them are going to know less than you, but you're putting yourself around like-minded people. So you're taking
actions. And that's the key. Like-minded people.
For some people, I'll tell you this, I absolutely hate standing in front of people and speak. And that's the number one fear for most people, is public speaking. But how do you get better at public speaking?
You speak more.
When you sit at a seminar, when you go even to your class and you see the professor up there standing and speaking, I mean, they might be terrified. And you might be saying, man, they're doing such a great job. This guy up there giving this presentation, he's doing such a great job. But he might be terrified. But for you to get better, you have to practice. You have to go out there, take action. You have to go to the meetings. And you have to just put yourself in that situation where you say, enough is enough. Let me just step out in faith and do it.
And Ebony's saying she agrees, you know, you got to be willing to take the risk and get into uncomfortable situations in order to live out your, you know, your desires. So I completely agree with that. And then she's explaining her situation, you know. So definitely, guys. So back to a little bit of the makeup. So now I'm doing the highlighting part. You guys know I love my LA Girl Pro Concealer. My color is in Fawn. So basically, I'm going to highlight the areas that I want to stand out. And I also am using the Anastasia Contour Cream Kit. So I love to use this deep dark color here in the corner. Oh my gosh, look at this kit. You know it's being worn. So I'm using my MAC 163 brush. And I'm just going to just put a short little line to create that shadow, that dimension. And I know it looks crazy. Trust the process. So I'm just basically putting in just a few spots where I want it. And then I also like to contour my nose as well too. Because once you do all of this, it's just going to wash you out. It's just going to add a little bit more dimension back into your face. So, come on guys, tell us some more stories of how you stepped out.
I'm waiting on you two to see if you was gonna say more stuff.
Hey Kamel, what's up?
All right, so one of the things I'm gonna talk about. One of the things. So when I first moved here, I'm really big in not, I would say big, but there is my goal of owning a certain amount of properties, and with that, I'm like, okay, I own some in Florida. So I'm like, all right, how am I going to own any property? How am I going to become a property owner here in Georgia? Not knowing anybody, not knowing where to buy, what to do. I had to put myself again in a situation where I could grow, where I could meet new people. So what I start doing, examples of the same thing you could do. I start going to meetings. I start going to meetings. I don't know anybody. I'm put myself in uncomfortable situations. But, you know, because of that, I'm able to meet new people. I'm able to purchase properties. I'm able to find mentors. I'm able to now mentor other people. And it's all because I've got around the right person or people by going out there, taking people out to lunch, asking them questions. So you have to do the same thing regardless. You got to, if you want to become, you know, for instance, if you want to be a lawyer or a doctor, what's the first thing that, after school, after you've done doing everything, what you have to do? You have to go out there. You have to do internship. Whatever master's degree
Melissa,
you're doing,
how are you, sweetie?
You have to do an internship. So it's the same thing. You have to go out there, put yourself in the environment that you want to be in and you want to grow in and you want to make a difference in.
I agree. I completely agree. You guys know my husband. My husband, when he was in Florida, you were kind of shy. I have to say, he was a little
shy.
Yeah, right. He was kind of shy. And, you know, when he came here, he said, you know what? I'm coming out here to do my thing. And he did. He basically completely transformed into this new person. He was networking. He was going out to lunch. He was doing things. He was meeting people. I was like, okay, Mr. Atlanta of the Year. You know what I mean? And so, as you guys know, I got pregnant. And so I couldn't really do too much. As soon as I got here, I got pregnant. But he put himself in uncomfortable situations. And a lot of and that was love. Anyways, a lot of people basically time out. So basically what I just did, I just blended out the highlights on my face, and I'll get to the contour spots, but the first thing I want to do is use my Laura Mercier powder, and I'm just going to set it while we chit chat. So I'm just going to pour some out. Looks like I might need to go buy some more. And just use a little sponge. You could use whatever you have. Don't put too much. Don't make it look too cakey. I know it's going to it's white right now, but you're going to basically brush that off in a little bit once it sets. So basically everywhere you had your highlight is where you're going to just put a little bit of powder. Just put a little bit. And again, trust the process. Don't worry. I know sometimes when you do all of this, they're like, man, this is a lot of work. But I mean, you do what you want to do. I mean, I like to do this. But back to the story. So basically, he came out, he stepped out in faith, he interacted. And to be honest, you need to surround yourself with people that are maybe educated in that subject, and not sometimes people our age are not. So you need to find, and there are some that are, but you need to find some people that are in that industry that knows that work. But basically, my husband surrounds himself with older people that are probably sometimes double his age, you know what I mean? Not everybody, but a few of them are. A lot of people are in their 40s or 50s who've been there, that done that, and can guide you. And people
That's what can hold back some of y'all. If y'all feel like, you know what, I don't need to talk to old people, you know, let me stay around my group, well, you're going to be the same exact thing. You have to step out and say, listen, the people in my group. Now, some people are experienced enough because they might grow up in a family of that business, so they're around it. So them being your age, they might know something. But for most of the people, they might not know. So who you have to get around? You have to get people around
who've been there, done that.
That have been there, done it, that are wiser than you, because even in the Bible it says, get around wise counsel. Seek wise counsel. Seek wise counsel. I cannot say that enough. You got to put yourself around people that are smarter than you, that are that can put some kind of positivity in you instead of sucking out everything. out of you. Now, if you feel like you need to be the smartest person in the group, then you ain't never gonna grow. You're never gonna grow. So, with that, put yourself around people that are smarter than you. Sometimes you need to leave people behind, because if you stay with them, you can't help them. They're all gonna be doing the same
Tell me
thing.
about it. I've dropped some friends.
So, sometimes you gotta leave people behind. Poor people can't help poor people. So for you to help poor people, you gotta have the money, you gotta have the resources to help them. So, just remember that you gotta surround yourself.
But be humble.
Wiser than
Don't think you're better than anybody, because the people that don't have sometimes can't help you. So humble yourself. Destiny awaits you.
That's one of her shirts.
That's one of my shirts. So basically right now I'm blending out the contour, as you guys can see. And we did put down the Laura Mercier powder just to set. So basically I'm just going to go ahead and wipe that off. So I just took off all the powder that was on there from setting it, or, you know, in the industry they say baking, whatever you want to call it. So anywhere you had your contour, you basically now need to set that with powder as well too. So I like to use my MAC. It's actually called Blunt. I use the heck out of this. That's why there's not that much left. But I am going to use my MAC brush to go ahead and put some on here. And I'm just going to follow the lines. So right in here, exactly where I had the contour. And you don't need to go all the way down here. Don't be looking crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, you just want to show a little bit of dimension. So right up top. So what else, babe? Motivate the people, baby. He's always working. He's back there. Look at him. He's not really paying attention, y'all. Tell him to get it together.
Listen.
So, I mean, I hope you guys are enjoying our motivation, our Makeup Meets Motivation. I hope, you know, we're touching, that's the goal. Our goal is to help people, to touch people, to inspire, to motivate everyone, you know. So I hope that, you know, this is, if it is motivating you, or if it's a great segment and you're enjoying these, please throw up some hearts. Let us know that you are enjoying our segments. So I'm putting it on the forehead, just kind of slimming down the forehead. I don't think I have a big forehead. I mean, to some people I might, but I'm still putting it here to slim down the forehead just a little bit. And then the next thing that I like to do as well, we did put some in the nose area. So let's go ahead. This is a brush that I actually got with my Naked 2 palette, and I just love this brush. Oh, thanks for the hearts, guys. Love it. So I'm just going to continue to dip that back in here. And you just follow the trace. Just follow the line. Now, you don't want a color that's way too dark. You know what I mean? You don't want this line to be such a harsh line. So we are going to blend this out a little bit because, like I said, you don't want that harsh line. And I like to go up from my eyebrows down so it kind of all blends in well together. So again.
So what are some of your other people testimonies of, you know, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, and what was the result of that? Let's see some posts on it. Let's hear some feedback.
I mean, think about your life, your journey in life. You know,
I'll tell you, everybody that's watching right now has been through something, some uncomfortable situation that you either learn from it or you're holding a grudge. You're still holding on to it. So it's not, you're not getting what you're supposed to get out of it. So it could be a loss of a friendship. It could be a loss of a loved one. It could be a loss of a job, or you removing yourself from a job.
You guys know a lot of people on here have the world has changed, and no job is secure, no job is loyal unless it's your own business. At the end of the day, you know, I've been fired from a job before. I mean, it was a long time ago, but it doesn't matter. And I thank God that I did get let go from that job years ago, when I just came out of college. Why? Because I'm here today because of that. You know what I mean? It changed my course of my life. So back in the day, let's see how far y'all know me from way back in the day. That's what started when I got let go from that job. That's what started the entrepreneur spirit. You know what I mean? When you down and out and you don't have nothing, you got to figure out. And I didn't have no kids. I didn't have none of that back in the day. But that started Cristal's Boutique from way back. These are for people that's been with me from that journey. That's when I first met my husband. And he was riding with me, and we were selling handbags and purses. I mean, there's a few people on this that was part of that time period. And because of letting go from that job, it got me to where I'm at. At that time, I was sad, I was down, I might have felt a little depressed here and there, but I thank God now. So someone just said, I got fired with no excuse, and I'm still shocked. She's having sleepless nights after 6 years. See, you gave 6 years of your life to a job, and they just let you go just like that. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to explain to everybody, how no job is secure nowadays. And I'm sorry for, your loss, but this may be a blessing in disguise for you.
It sure can, and it sure will. Because now it's like, okay, you have to tap into, okay, you have this time. You used to go to work, and now you have this time to where you could take time for yourself and say, okay, what is it that I always wanted to do, but my job was holding me back?
Yep. Are you good at something that you can start up?
And if it's that, then I think you need to jump on it. I think that you need to get with the right people. Sometimes you just, people always say, let me get a brick and mortar store. Let me open, I want to have a shop. So let me get a store first. Or I want to open up a restaurant, so I have to get the perfect location. No, you could start out of your kitchen.
So let me give you guys a quick example. Now that he says start out your kitchen. I have a friend, a very good friend. Ashley, I love you, girl. And she stepped out in faith. She called me with this idea, and I thought it was the best thing because my girl can cook. So you guys know, not just because you're from the islands, you could cook, but she can. Her family's from Jamaica. And so she said, anyway. And so she said, you know what, Crystal, I want to do this. And, we put some ideas together, and my girl is killing it right now. And this is back in Port Charlotte. So if you guys are in Port Charlotte, go check out Ashley's Kitchen. Y'all know Ashley Powers. Support her business. I'm all about, supporting each other. And she didn't wait for the perfect time. She didn't say, I need to have all these stuff. I need to have my business correct. No, she put up a flyer, and people started supporting, and week after week, she's getting more and more people in her business. And that was a blessing for her. She has a beautiful family, and she's killing it, and she's doing what she has to do. She has twins, newborn twins now.
And it's all about her saying enough is enough, and I'm gonna take action.
And she's surrounding herself with the right people that are, who've been there, done that. And it may not be in the food industry, but who've owned businesses. And so she's making some smart, strategic moves. I love you, girl. But she's doing what she has to do, and every week she gets better. And that's the goal. You keep doing it, and every week you'll get better at your craft.
You learn what to improve on. You learn your mistakes. You ask for feedback. So if you wanna have your own barbershop, well, You don't have to open up a shop first. Start in your garage. Start in your apartment.
Or be a mobile barber. Get in your car. Tell people that you'll come to them and cut their hair. Make the money. People will pay. Be different.
I used to sell cars, and one of the things for me is time.
But before he starts this, I'm just going to show you guys that right now I'm going to be using Raisin blush, and I'm just going to put on my blush, and I'm also going to do some glimmer, shimmer, I should say. But go ahead, babe. Tell them you used to sell cars.
So when I was selling cars, time is very important. And some of the time
is money.
You'll be there and you can't get away because you get so busy. But one of the things that's very, very convenient is when food can come to you.
Yep.
When a barber can come to you. When your laundry can come to you. And if you're in any of those business where you could provide service, you go to places where people are
and
busy
deliver
it to them.
Yes.
So I would pay extra for food. People pay extra to do their laundry. People pay extra to get their haircuts. I've seen somebody pay $50 for a haircut. Why? Because it's convenient. Instead of them leaving the dealership and go cut their hair for $20, they stay at the dealership. They get a deal that they make $500 on, and they can actually pay $50, and it's worth every single penny. You have to see how you could use your time wisely, or how you can be of service to somebody else. So don't believe that you have to have a store, a brick and mortar. Don't believe that. No. A lot of people are getting away from that. You see a lot of these big businesses are closing down.
Yep.
So you have to take the action. Whatever it is that you want to start. Say, you know what? Let me just step out in faith. Let me put myself in an uncomfortable situation and just go ahead and do it. And while I do it, I'm going to learn while I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. Because you're not going to know everything. And the people that know everything still have mess ups. So just remember that if you start now.
Yep. Okay. Yes, I have a small business, small makeup business, but your job, I understand that your job gives you that good income. And right now you may not be making anything at the moment, but it's okay. Have faith. God always provides. As long as you put him first in your life, he'll provide. You may not see a way right now, but maybe you are supposed to enhance that makeup business that you have. Last night I did a delivery for some makeup and it felt great because I'm thinking I don't have a job, but I still making some cash. Exactly. You see how you did that? And you delivered a service. You sell your makeup. Let people know what you're selling. Promote yourself. Show them how to do the makeup if you're good at it. You can come and learn a few tips here and there if you're not sure. But just...
And I'll say this. If you know how to do makeup, when you go there to sell makeup, if they want a certain thing, say they want two highlights, I don't know makeup, but say they want 2 products. From
highlights.
Right? So say they want 2 products.
Say they want 2 foundations, baby.
Yeah.
There we go.
2 foundations. It's 2 foundations. So they want 2 foundations from you. But you say, listen, I know how to do makeup. And you look at the person and say, man, you know what? I think this would be good for you, and here's why. And if you have time, I can show you how to do it, and I can do your makeup for you and show how it looks. Now, instead of you selling 2 products, my wife has about 30 stuff right here, right now. And you lay out your stuff, you're doing the makeup for them, and then all of a sudden, instead of you selling 2 products, you sell 5 products.
Now they want an eyeshadow. Now they want a liner.
And that's how you do it.
You have to upsell.
Upsell, be different. Everything, I'll say this, you're always selling or you're getting sold. That's what it is.
It is.
So,
it's life.
For you to become better, to do better, you have to know how to be a people person. You have to know how to be an influence. And it's not manipulation. Don't manipulate anybody for your good. But remember, if I'm just using the makeup,
you just add value.
I'm just using the makeup as an example. you're adding value to them by now. You're saying, hey, I know I'm giving you these 2 foundations, but if you have time, I can show you something that may be good, and I'll do your makeup for free, and I'll show you how it works on your skin.
Oh, trust me, they will. Let me tell y'all something. When back in the day, ask my husband, I was a MAC girl from Jump Street. And anytime I used to go into MAC, if you spend just a little bit of time with me and you show me these products and what colors may mix well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to throw down some dough.
I used to hate that. I
go in for one, say $25, $30 item.
No, she's
right?
going for a free product.
Or that. You bring in your containers to MAC and they give you that free lipstick.
End up spending $100 and something.
And they spend $100 something.
Piss me off sometimes.
No, but why? Because somebody took the time.
But somebody added value.
And I figured, you know what? Sometimes they do my makeup. I don't even like how they do it. But I knew that color combination was well together. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go home. I'm going to buy all these products and I'm going to go home and test this out and, make it into my own look. So, yes, I'll spend money if you spend time with me. That's the thing. But anyways, guys, so as you guys can see, I used the NYX Chromatic Illuminating Powder. Yes. So this is what I used to create that shimmer there. So hopefully you guys are liking the look, how it's coming along. These are my eyes. It's about to be springtime. I got my orange tee on with the bright eyes. So we got to figure out what I'm going to do on these lips. You love these lips, baby.
Of course I do. What am I going to say?
Anyways. I'm thirsty. Go ahead. Finish talk.
So what other posts, what other experiences someone went through, some uncomfortable situation that you've been in that enable you to grow? So I want to see some more posts. But even if you're watching the video afterwards,
on the replay, drop it.
Still drop it in because there's other people that are watching as well.
See, she said, I do the same. If someone bought an amount, I give a free mascara or a travel perfume. So you're giving value, you're adding something to them. I think if this is something that you like and you love to do, what do you love to do? That's the thing. What do you love to do where it doesn't feel like a job for you? So it makes her feel happy. So you enjoy selling the makeup. So, you need to go into maybe some of the hair salons and try to sell the makeup in the hair salons and maybe collaborate with a hairstylist and do a a tutorial there. You add value to her clients. She lets you come in and then you could sell your products. I mean, you just have to find creative ways to make that money, because at the end of the day your bills still have to be paid, but you want to enjoy what you do. And don't cry over spilled milk. I know you lost your job and it's tough right now, but girl, it could be a huge blessing in your life right now. It really can.
You know what?
It just takes time.
It will be.
It will be.
You just have to, you're going to say, I guarantee you a year from now, or a few months from now, you're probably going to say, man, you know what? They were right. They were right. So, no job, I don't care unless you own that company, they can replace you.
Yes, they can. And they do
replace you. And
you're welcome, sweetheart.
If you feel like, you can't be replaced, think again. Because especially if you've been at a job for a long time and you're making, above average salary.
Oh, they're cutting people.
Somebody that's hungry. There's a college student that came out that have, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 worth of student loan that is hungry for your job. And they're going to take half of what you're making for the same thing that you're doing. And the company's willing for them to mess up sometimes because they're going to have people there to train them. So you constantly have to add value wherever you are. Even if you're at a job. I'm not telling you to
don't get too comfortable just because you've been in that job for 10 years.
But I always look at it as when I was selling cars, right? I wasn't the greatest salesperson. But at the same time, I did my job and I made it to where I sell my cars every month, and I didn't put myself in no situation where, okay, you're gonna get fired. I didn't go to work saying that, yo, they own me. I go to work with the intention of, all right, I'm there to do something. I'm in sales. So as long as you're producing in sales, you don't have to worry about it.
Correct.
So for me, it's out of respect, but I tell them what I want to do. I tell them, listen, I can't come to work this time.
What's up, Marcus?
Because, I have to do something with my kids and family, guys. My number one thing before God.
After God.
After God, sorry. So after God is family, right? For me, money is last.
Oh, yeah.
Money is last. Because the money will come. Don't chase the money. Because when you have all the money in your bank account, when your last breath you're taking on this earth, I sure know my last breath is not going to be about my money.
Hey, Janice.
It's going to be about the people that I love, how they're going to, continue without me. And remember this, everybody will continue without you.
Life goes on
without you. So the thing that you have to think about is, what actions did you take to inspire somebody else? What actions did you do to say, you know what? I helped them to be better, or I did something to impact the next generation. That's what you have to think about. So money, don't chase the money. Chase what you love. If you love your family, do stuff to make sure that you have the time
to spend
with your family. See, I'm grateful. I'm in a great space because one of the things that I said is, I want to be able to watch my kids grow. I want to be able to be at their football games, their soccer games. We want to be
hands-on parents, basically.
I don't want them to grow up and say, Daddy wasn't there because Daddy was chasing $1. And I put myself in a situation where I'm always with my family.
Yes, he is.
And with that, the money will come. So for them, I'm teaching them the same thing. Because
we're about the spiritual hustle. That's what it's about. We're not chasing the dollars at the job. We're about that spiritual hustle.
You just gotta. Now, was it uncomfortable for me to do? Absolutely. It was very uncomfortable for me to walk in and tell my manager, yo, I'm leaving. And I'm leaving in, I thought I told him like a week. I told him I was going to Georgia because I may be moving to Georgia, and then I came back from Georgia and be like, yo, I'm moving in a week. Those are stuff that are crazy, but if I didn't do that, my son wouldn't be born. I wouldn't own more homes. I wouldn't have the opportunity to meet new people. I wouldn't have the income that's coming in right now. And it's all because I took myself out of the environment that I got comfortable in. Yes. And put myself in a different.
Because you do get comfortable very easily. You start making that money and things are rolling. You don't want to leave. You're scared, but you have to put yourself in that uncomfortable situation. You know what I mean? You don't know like what's going to happen. We didn't know what was going to happen. People thought we were crazy. Like I said, we sold our house and we packed up shop and we knew what we wanted in our life. We knew where we were trying to go, but a lot of people didn't understand that. And it's not for them to understand. It's for you to understand. You have a goal. So basically, do what's best for your family. That's what I'm going to say. Do what's best for your family. But step out in faith, guys. This is 2018, and I can't stress this enough. We're getting older. We're not getting any younger.
Because she said, do what's best for your family. I'm going to say first, do best what's for you.
Well,
and
correct.
The reason why I say that is because if it's best for you and it's going to improve for you and it's going to improve your life, then you're going to be able to improve your family. So a lot of people, they think and they say, man, they never get time. They worry about their parents. They worry about their kids. They worry about everybody around them.
But themselves.
And they live their life They live their life for other people. And I'm going to say, well, you got to live to improve you. And while you're making you better, everybody around you is going to become better. And if they don't, if they leave, it's because they're uncomfortable. It's not because of you. They're uncomfortable. They don't like how you're growing. And that's when you're going to see the separation of people. You're going to see new people start coming in your life.
Yep.
You're going to see the changes. And when people start seeing changes, they're going to be like, yo, you forget about us. Yo, you too big now, Mr. Big Shot. You drive a new car. You doing this. Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. Yo, I'm doing what's best for me. I'm not living for you.
Nope.
I'm not living for your kids. I'm not living for go party with you. Go sit down. No, I'm living for me. And if I'm improving me, I'm going to improve the people around me. Now, if you don't want to be improved, and you want to sit here and complain about how I'm improving myself, then, boy, bye. Stop, bye.
Boy, bye.
Whoever it is. You see what I'm saying? Bye, bye, bye. See ya.
Bye, Felicia. Well, guys, basically, we're just going to wrap up. And this was Makeup Meets Motivation. And I hope you guys had a good time with us today. I hope you like the makeup look that I completed today.
I gotta get on a flight in about the next.
And I gotta go drop my boo to the airport so he can come turn up with his friends. Yeah. You know, you work hard, but you gotta play hard too. Anyways, guys, I love you. Thanks for supporting us. I'll see you guys next week.